OG Drip Man, this channel where we talk about the spiritual truth and how to utilize energy on a day-to-day basis, man. And y'all check this out, man. It's about to get deep, so I advise y'all to share the video. Listen to me right now, man. I'm telling y'all, we're gonna use 3 breakdowns of 3 little vocabulary words, and I'm telling you how far they're gonna take us. And I'm gonna be able to explain these things throughout context later on, because this is the part where they're trying to confuse people at, right? And they try to make people fall unaware to what be actually going on. So right here, what I have is ideology. And a lot of people might not know what that is. So I've actually got the definition right here for people and breaking it down in the simplest terms, as you can see. It says ideals, characteristics of a person, group, or political party. It say ideal characteristics. So that means that they give you ideal of thinking that it's a human, but it's not actually a human. It just plays out as these characteristics. So you could be talking about your stomach, moaning and groaning, and you could be actually talking about a person being sad or moaning and groaning. You get what I'm saying? So it gets real deep when you talk about ideology. So you got to take all of these things into your mind before even diving into their books, before we fighting and arguing for their stuff. So what I mean by their stuff is boom. Now we click on to the next one. Colonize. Oh, y'all gotta forget. We stay in America in the goddamn 21st century. In the 18th centuries, they was taking it over already. I mean, in the 16th centuries, they was over here trying to take it over. So y'all gotta remember stuff like that. The early 15th centuries, and then the 16th century is when they really played they move. So when we're going around this stuff, we got to understand we're already born in a hidden war that we did not know we was participating in. AKA, it's a mental war. So you might get caught up into any mental thing that might suit your mental stability due to that you might not know what you're looking at esoterically. You get what I'm saying? Because they know how to play deceiving onto you. See, you thought deceiving the whole time was something else. No, it's deceiving of how you could get caught up into something. Because if you don't wear that shoe, it would not fit. So what they do is have a way that the whole world is fitting a certain shoe, and if you don't wear that shoe, you're the one that's wrong. You're the one that has a problem. So you will see Christians attack you. You'll see Muslims attack you. You'll see bucketheads and all this stuff, Jews and all these people attacking you, Catholics and all, and you might not understand why. You get what I'm saying? Because they're put under a spell where they're taught to fight for something that they don't know what they're fighting for. So anytime you can't go out and see what you're talking about or be able to practice what you're preaching, you're preaching out of nonsense. So this is just the third word. Excuse me, to y'all. This is the third word that we on. Mind you, it's a lot of other ones. Colonize. So you guys see, what is colonize? Colonize is basically to create a colony in or on a place, to take control of an area and send people to live there. Now, y'all remember yesterday, if y'all didn't, well, the other day, I made a video breaking down the history. And what I mean by that history is it's fucked up, but they make us learn to accept that, yeah, we was overtaken. We allowed these people to take control of this place, that place, and that place. Now we're at a point where that's not even a battle no more. You get what I'm saying? But you have to understand the fight before getting into it. Because if you understand at a pace was already taken over, which is our whole land, the United States, which was the last ones. Look how many different countries came here to help take over the United States, or AKA known as the Native Americans land. So when they say Native Americans, we was actually born here. Now y'all keep getting caught up under the concept of human body. No, your spirit gonna keep coming back to where you was derived from. You get what I'm saying? But that's the reason why they like to play things like moving this person from over here to over there to try to create things to bring chaos. You get what I'm saying? So when we looking at these countries, don't look at it like it's one country. I mean, one place try to take over one part of the area. That's why the whole United States is locked up and sold. You get what I'm saying? It's called the land of the free, but we all know that free stand for Masons, Freemasons. And as these are the groups of Freemasons that was established to take over it. Established St. Augustine. That's funny. Established colonies in the Caribbean. That's funny that I just said that. And we know these are the ones that was appointed to take over these lands. So when we see take over the lands, we got to remember the Yankee Doodle song, all that shit. They stuck a hat, stuck a flag in the land, all that shit, bro. So it's so many different things of them saying, hey, we took over y'all land. We bring it to y'all in y'all schools so y'all learn about us and more focus on how we took over y'all lands instead of worrying about how y'all can run y'all lands yourself. So this is how we know now they could get everything mixing. They could throw things out there, viruses. They could throw argument things. They could divide everybody by sex, gender, race. They could keep going on. So they could see that the people could never get along to figure out, hey, why are we going against each other when we're not even fighting the fight that is actually going on? It's other people that's in control of us. Because why? You have them being so good at their brainwashing tactics to some motherfuckers that can't simply see that if it don't work outside, it can't be true. You get what I'm saying? So now we have to go to the biggest ones of them all that we see as the Pope. Everybody see the Pope get put as the highest ranking human in the whole goddamn world, right? So Christian religion that has been the deceptive spiritual force in the history of Western civilization. Here we go, y'all, because y'all know how they like to get down from the West and stuff, and they like to steal things from the East and try to bring it down to make it like human. Like if they says death into the spiritual realm means letting go something. Death in the physical realm means you actually dying. So we got to pay attention to the stuff that these people be saying, especially when they say the Bishop of Rome. So a pope is basically someone that puts to rule Rome. So when we come to Catholicism, can't say it right. This is where we talk about Christian religion. This is when we talking about the way that they relate words and stuff like that, which they be lost themselves. The way that they worship, education, all that stuff, right? So you will see them liking a president or a prime minister. So you see all these things, right? And I'm glad them things popped up for me because you see how the role is set up. How did that person get at that position? We all went to the same schooling, right? So you see that you can't get at that position, although you went to the same school as these people. A lot of people don't like to admit to these type of things. That's because certain people is put into a certain point and appointed. Just like back then, how they appointed people over the lands, they appoint somebody over YouTube, appoint somebody over Twitch, appoint somebody over TikTok. This is how they take over the lands. Like this is how they keep it taken over. So a lot of people don't understand that. So when we see what we see, it's an evil world. Even the Christians keep talking about Jesus is coming back. So why is y'all saying that if the world that we're living in right now is not wicked? So we got to be living in what is, the book of Revelation said is Babylon, the new Babylon, because it says of a symbol of evil and a place of wickedness. That simple. Like I said, it's that simple. So all the way down to the point. Do y'all see this? How I got Rome in there, and let's go back to the countries real quick. Spain, France. France. Let's go back over here. Now look. Oh shoot. What? Wow. This is crazy. September 13th, 1475, all the way to 1507 was in Italian cardinal, and I don't know what that word say, but it say mercenary leader. Mercenary leader. Do y'all know that's not something good? Like this is somebody that was like actually killing thousands of motherfuckers and didn't give a fuck how they thought about it, didn't give a fuck how they felt. And I thought death, the way that you Christians read it, was against God. So we got to start understanding what is actually going on here. So before we even get into that, the reason why a lot of people don't understand what be going on because they're grabbing new books and hoping to get old ideas or to understand how the old system worked it. Nah. You got to know how to update with the systems, but still keep the software from the first programming. You get what I'm saying? So sometimes you got to go back into the books before they went to program them so much. So you got them before they went to getting super fucked up, right? So as the years go, they update the Bible and they add scriptures and stuff to it, and it waters it down. It changes it because they're going by the perspectives of how the world is viewing it. Now that they already have these people in a position of kingdom, they're going by the minds. If you could think like them on a high level, you're one of them. If you think like them on a lower level, you only are going to be the slave. You get what I'm saying? So they're only looking for people that think like them, no matter how old, no matter what age, because they understand esoterically they're looking for their soul group. Like y'all have to really understand that this shit get deep. So I like to read the Bible like this. Like y'all get this Bible and stuff like that, man. I'm telling y'all right now, it says the original tongues. It breaks down in like the 13 signs. Look at it as the sun being the first, and then the 12 for the other zodiacs. But I'm telling y'all right now, it go way deeper than you can imagine. And that's the thing about it is it's still lost this, y'all, because y'all gotta remember it's still wrote after colonize and wrote after them trying to bring the Roman Catholics and after them putting ideology in it. So you guys gotta have all that understanding of how it goes down. So you might not, because you know why? The government controlled the way that it go. And the government presented themselves as God in the Bible, but a lot of people don't realize that. So what they're doing is they're doing it deceptively. They're doing it like, hey, that's not me over there. But they're literally the only one doing it. Like, hey, how that happened? But it's literally them that's doing it. Like, why he ain't blow up? But it's literally them that's doing it. Like, how that person blew up? It's them that's doing it. You get what I'm saying? But they're acting like they have no idea of what's going on. So what I put here, even AI is smarter than a lot of humans. Like that's fucking sad. It say AI overview, right? It said the Bible contains several verses that discusses the role of the government, including Romans 13, 1 through 3. It says, state that all people should submit to the governing authorities as they established by God, or as they are to by established by God. So I just want y'all to understand. This is saying that God appointed the police force, the judge, the prosecutors, all of those things for you. Now we don't know where God appointed these people from. These people went to school just like you did. These people probably went to a different school, but they did the same thing in life just like you. They're human just like you. Did nothing make them special by them just being born into a rich family or being up under a thing where they're already ruling things, where they're already in rulership. You get what I'm saying? So a lot of people might not like it, but I'm telling y'all right now, this is gonna get that taste out of that Jesus junk and all that Christian shit. We got to blow y'all out of the water with that shit, y'all. We got to learn how to just be ourselves and understand how to live these things that we live. Because right now we're making ourselves involved with a lot of things spiritually that ain't got shit to do with us. It says, Jesus says, give to Caesar what belongs to Caesar and gives to God what belongs to God. Now, what's funny about that? Over time, that probably changed. Where does that came from? Over time, that probably changed, right? But it's just funny that his name's Caesar. Yeah, I know it's spelled different. But it's just funny that his name's Caesar and they used him to represent with the Bible, right? That's crazy. They made him as like the first marking and symbol, like if you was in Christianity, of figuring out that this is Jesus. Then later on, of course, people went to complain about it. So now you get a black Jesus, now you get a Mexican Jesus, now you get a Hindu Jesus. You get all these different Jesus because of the concept of characteristics that y'all looking at. And of course, they're gonna make the characteristics fit. This is what y'all want to characterize, aka the Son. This is how y'all want to look at it. So it says here, the Bible contains several verses that discusses the role of the government inside the Bible. That's all I want y'all to know. It says, state that all people should submit to the governing authorities. Now here we go again with that submitting shit. And it sounds just like Christianity when you say, hey, just let go, let God deal with it. You ain't this ain't your fight. This is God fight. This is no, you are God body. You supposed to be doing the fight. Without us doing the fight, it's nothing going to happen. And we see this right now. And a study happening for 4,000 years, 2,000 years, however you want to look at it. This is what happened. Before it even hit America, this was already happening. So mind y'all, when I talk about the 1500s, and stuff like that. That's wailing the American times. But before then, the people over there taking over Spain. The people over there taking over Britain. The people are already taking over all these lands before they even brought their ass here to try to take over us because they knew the Native Americans was the new world. They knew that these people was built different. We had a new way of life, a new way of living, a new way of showing you things, a new way of feeling about things. So when they came here, hell yeah, you're gonna get them to confuse some people, overtaking some people because at the end of the day, they still was human. Some people already had a battle with their emotions necessarily. They didn't need more on their plate to confuse them and make it way more worse. Now, that means you got at an all-time high. You know what I'm saying? Now you ain't got to be worried about it. You born fucked up automatically. It's up to you to find your fight. That's why I be trying to tell people, bro. I'm not up here teaching nobody shit. I'm up here helping people remind themselves of who they was before we got into all of this knowledge and all of this supposedly, yeah, all this knowledge over blind and overcast over our understanding and shit. So we don't put the man over the kids. So you get what I'm saying? It's like, yo, what is going on here? The kids, what I mean is understanding and the intellect of how you go about things, how you do it. Because we can all do something, but how you do it. You get what I'm saying? The knowledge is just going to tell you what to do. You get what I'm saying? The wisdom and the intellect is when we come to times of how it's going to get done or and stuff like that and what happens after it. You get what I'm saying? Where is it going? So when we going into things like this, y'all look at it. Look at it. Like how can you not say this is basically telling you to, hey, humans, sit down and listen to us, the ones that's writing the Bible or that's playing the role of God's people. State that people should submit to all human authorities. Look, submit to all human authorities. And do y'all not hear that? It's human authorities, not nothing else, including kings and their appointed officers. It says that the kings send officers to punish wrongdoers and honor them to do right. So even back in the Egyptian times, how everybody like to say, "Oh, these times was right." No, they had a king and a queen, and they had a damn I don't forgot the name of it. We just call it enforcer for right now. But the dude that chopped people head off, they been had those in the capsule days and stuff like that. That's what I've been trying to talk about. Like I've been trying to hit on these things, bro. But they don't fuck people attention span up so much, bro, that people will not really be able to get through these things and understand it. That's why I started a whole new method of putting it on the internet. I don't care how much I'm spending, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm into this right now uh, all over the internet of how to confuse people and work the shit out of people so people never have time for this shit. So that's why I'm doing this shit for y'all. I'm bringing it out right here. I'm doing my motherfucking part. It's right here. It says right here. Every person is subjected, is subjection to the governing authorities. In Romans 13, 1 and 7. So how many different ones you need? Because it's multiple ones. You get what I'm saying? It's multiple ones. Look, yes, the government is mentioned in the Bible. and it addresses the topics such as the government role and how people should interact with it. You automatically gone esoterically in the mental realm. In the mental realm, the first six houses is you personal, and 6 to the 12th is how you interact with others. Well, the 7 to the 12th is how you interact with others. Don't that sound kind of familiar, huh? Automatically, the role of the government, the person, the main thing that's going on, and how you should interact with it. It's how they flip the script on us is what's amazing. To get somebody to be like, hey, you're lost still. You don't understand. It ain't no more lostness. If you're not in no religion, you understand it's all bullshit, but you understand how to read in it as well, all religions, you're not lost no longer, bro. Y'all can't like the people that be saying stuff like that. It just shows the boxes and the squares they got stuck to once they found something they was comfortable in. Even if you liked it, bro, you're supposed to read through it, kept going. You don't never get stuck in just something just because you like it, aka a comfort zone. So let's get into it. Instruct followers to obey the government because God has placed them there. Anybody see the government getting placed there by God right now today? So God be like, hey, I'm up here, you guys. Those guys right there are their authorities of earth. No, none of y'all see that happening. No, y'all don't never, ever, ever see that happening. All y'all see happening is we voting for something that might go through and might not. And then on top of that, what about the vote? Fuck the vote. The people we're voting to, who put them on the branch? Who put them on the thing? They was already placed there. They already had their way of getting snuck in there and all. You didn't have to worry about it. They probably didn't go to a regular school like you did either. So, anyways, urges people to pray for kings and who are in high positions so that people may lead a peaceful and quiet life. This don't look nothing peaceful or quiet or nothing we got going on. If anything, these are the worst of the worst times. Just according to even the Christians, they think it's the end times, which they don't get the concept of end is not an actual end. This world not ending like that. The world is the collective conscious of how everybody is looking at things, how things are being seen. So when we say out to the world, we got to understand, even when it says God gave his only forgotten son out to the world, it's talking about the actual fucking son. So, so anyways, y'all, I just wanted to break down some of these things because we go into lostness and forget from the beginning that it was already taken over. It was taken over well in the 1500s. So whatever passed down to us is already a slave mind trade Bible book or whatever you want to look at. You get what I'm saying? So let's just go back through all these things and make sure I hit all my topics I had up here. Yeah, okay. But anyways, yeah, man, I just wanted to break that down, y'all, because I don't think people understand the Vatican and understand the Vatican and how that stuff goes on. Look, just read. I got a lot of tabs up here where y'all be able to read yourself if you felt like I was talking too fast. But hold on real quick. The number of Roman Catholics in the world is greater than the number of religious traditions. It said there are more Roman Catholics than all other Christians combined, and more Roman Catholics than all Buddhists and Hindus. What the? So y'all just think about that. And you tell me we ain't in New Rome, and there's more Romans than anything else. And, and it's just crazy because look, it's history facts suggest that some understandings of Roman Catholicism is history and institutional structure. Do you hear that? Sounds just like our prison systems too. They're getting people to follow orders and rules, and if they don't abide by those rules, they get thrown in the box, they get thrown in the pit, they get thrown in the hole. Same day as the council days. And if they don't listen even harder, they get their head chopped off. So it was like this: hey, you either gonna represent our shit or you die. So right now we're in a world of a whole bunch of living people that's like don't realize this is what's going on. You done been scared to death through spiritual essence. This wasn't even no physical body. They talk about the mental. They had to place things for you to be already in war with each other, for you to be arguing for against something that ain't got shit to do with you at all. But anyways, man, that's all I'm gonna say about this, man, and about OG Drip.